Okay, so one of the things that I went to school for was user interface and user experience design. And what that means is that part of one of my jobs is to make sure that websites are really easy for users to get around. So this person has, Alice, I believe is her name, that has allowed us to take apart our website. Thank you very much, wherever you are. Hopefully, I don't leave you crying. It's happened before. I hope it doesn't happen this time. So, okay, so if we can we make sure we're at the very tip top of the website? Okay, so there's lots of different things that I look at when we first look at a site. So this is going to be a total stream of consciousness that you're hearing come out of my mouth. First of all, these buttons over here are fairly atrocious. So one of the things is about these buttons that it's going to happen right here is they are easy to read, which is one really good thing. But I don't necessarily like new home floor plans. What does that mean? If I'm on the website, if I'm thinking about buying a new home, what new home floor plans? I don't even know if I'm looking for a new home necessarily. New home pricing. Where's the search? And that's what you have to keep in mind. A friend of mine says that there's really only 3 things that somebody cares about when they go to a real estate brokerage website. Number 1 is what homes are currently for sale. Number 2 is how's the market. Number 3 is what's my house worth. Okay? Those are the big 3 things that should be on every website, right on the main page, and make it really, really easy to find. So the one thing she does have really that's good here is this item right here, is the all new homes listings. But again, I might think, oh, well, maybe this is only new homes. That might be a concern to me. So I might say, okay, well, and what we generally tell people to do is make sure you have the search actually on the main page of the site. Number 1 mistake that people make that I see on websites is they don't have the search on the main page of their site. So what that means is their bounce rate goes through the roof. Because people say, I want to search for a home, I want to find what I'm looking for because I'm only looking for one of the 3 things when I get to a real estate brokerage website. Where is the 3 things? If I can't find it within about a second to a second and a half, I'm done. I'm off the site. I'm already finding somebody else's site. Okay? So that's one major thing is this might only be new homes. Now I see resale homes, but the thing is consumers don't want to do that. They don't want to search for new homes over here and then resale homes over here. They want to search for all the homes in one spot. Okay, they want to get a stream of consciousness to see every option that they possibly have available to them at that exact moment. So the next thing here that I see is that this, I want to make sure the mic's off here. So this little scrolling through thing right here, that's really annoying to the average consumer. Every realtor in here has probably had it on a website at one time. I had it on my website 10 years ago when I first got in the industry. And what happens is it's too fast. You can see how fast this is moving. You can't even get time to see if you like the picture. So the number 1 thing I say is do not have scrolling pictures on your website. Take them off immediately if you have them on your site. Have one picture of one house with one piece of information, and every time they go back to the site, you can have it reload so that they see a different one, but do not have it scroll like it is on this one. This is, if you have a 0.2 website, this is kind of a standard item, and I'm guessing this is a 0.2 website from what I'm seeing. So this is, my eye keeps going there, and that's kind of an issue because I'm like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? So as a consumer, think of your website as a funnel. You want to start at the top, and you have all these people that go to the site, and you're trying to funnel them down to do something, right? What's the point in having people get to your site if they're not registering, if they're not asking for information, if they're not wanting to schedule a showing? And that's kind of the problem here is you get sidetracked. It's ADD. It's like what I'm doing right now. It's like, what, I'm over here. What am I doing? So that's kind of an issue. Now, one major problem in real estate, folks, if you have the giant picture of yourself on your site, dump it. Okay? Please, please, nobody cares about you. This is the one huge thing that I speak about in real estate is when people who don't know you get to a real estate site, they could not possibly care less about what you look like, if you have a dog, if you have an old person in your family, or anything else that's out there. Okay? They don't care. They're looking for listings, what's my house worth, how's the market. That's it. Get them to that information as fast as you possibly can. So I'm sure Alice is a very lovely woman, and I'm sure people, probably she was hoping people want to engage with her, and probably this is an area that she sells in. But the truth is nobody cares about this. Okay? This here is all superfluous information, and it's all stuff that I would dump in about 3 seconds. What I would do here instead is have my search, and then anything else that I can get in there. Can we go back up to the top for just 1 second? Here's one major glowing thing that I'm noticing right now. Where on here, if I see Alice and I say, Alice, okay, you look like a very lovely woman. I want to contact you because I want to buy this house. What are you supposed to do? How do I get a hold of Alice? That's not acceptable. Not at all acceptable. In the upper right-hand corner of every site, tonight go home, put your phone number in the upper right-hand corner of your website. Number one thing to increase the lead volume of people that you get immediately is put an email me and phone number in the upper right-hand corner of your website. I don't know if you noticed it, but can you scroll down for just a second? On the left-hand side, look, I had to scroll all the way down here to get it. Now, what we just did is we went below what's called the fold line. Has everybody heard of the fold line before? Okay, so people don't go generally below the fold line. You've got to engage with them above the fold. And to find out how to get a hold of Alice, I just had to scroll down below the fold line. Not acceptable. You're losing people from doing that, okay? This goes back to the mid to late 90s. We've all been pre-programmed, whether you know it or not. Think about it the next time, and you will, the next time you go to actually any website. Every major good retailer has their contact information in the upper right-hand corner. Why? Because from about 96 to about 2001, when we all first got on the internet, that was where it was on every single website. There was always a Contact Us button in the upper right-hand corner. So we've been pre-programmed. Actually, psychology has gone into this to say we always scroll up and go to the right if we're looking to contact somebody. Put your phone number and an email form up there. The other thing, too, is without being able, because we don't have time to go into probably 3-4 pages deep on our site, one major issue that I see a lot is instead of the email link, actually, if you scroll down just a little bit. OK, so click on the email button, and I bet you, let's see what happens. OK, it does go to a form. I see most real estate websites, they pop up, they're trying to get you to go and actually send an email. So if you click on the button, it opens Outlook, Outlook Express, your mail program, et cetera. Here's the problem. A vast majority of people on the internet do not use Outlook, Outlook Express, or anything like that. They use Hotmail, Gmail, whatever, right? So when they click that link, nothing happens. So people want to get a hold of you, and they can't get a hold of you because they don't use an email program. Major problem. So always make sure you use a form. This is an OK form except for one problem. Dump the CAPTCHAs. OK, this is called CAPTCHA. I can't even read this, and I'm standing 2 feet away from it, okay? That's a problem. That's encouraging people not to get a hold of you, and the minute they don't fill that out correctly one time, they're gone. Gone, okay? So this is a major issue. Dump this. I know it gets rid of all the spammers, but I tell you what, I'd much rather have 50 spammers and one really good client than no clients, right? So this is something to get rid of. Also, something that we found on forums that's really interesting. I'm just rolling through as I see this here. Something that's really interesting on forums. Does anybody remember Mad Libs? It was huge in the 80s, right? Mad Libs. So something really interesting that we found out. They did a study, and they found out that if you can make your form in Mad Lib style, which means, hi, Alice, my name is Eric Stegemann. My email address is blank. And the blanks appear in a paragraph format. So if you can get them to appear in the paragraph format, they're 30%, actually, I believe it's 38% more likely to actually get all the way through the form, fill it out, and click the submit button. Why? Because you've led them through a path. Okay? This, depending on the person, has to click the button, click the box, and by the time they get through it, they're like, maybe I don't really want to call this person. Okay? So that's a major issue. Can we go back to the main page? Okay, so let's see. What else do we have here? So we talked about that. We talked about this. In general, we found pretty good supporting information that if you have your buttons. By the way, if you go back to the, just click any page real quick for me. Doesn't matter which one. OK, so here she's loading what appears to be maybe some forms and some things inside of that. So here's one problem already. Depending on the size of people's screens, you can see we have a horizontal scroll. Not cool. People don't like it. They get irritated. They're clicking the back button. Also, search engine optimization is one of the things that we work on. This is a graphic, is not search engine optimized. So one of the major problems here is I'm sure she would love to get people that were interested in the gardens units in Sun City, Texas. However, Google can't read this. They don't understand this. So if you can take this and retype this in your own format instead of posting the graphic, you'll be much better off. Text in your website is always better than a graphic because Google can't understand graphics. Go ahead and click on any other page. 2 minutes left here. OK, so here's my problem here, is you have kind of text over on the side, then you've got text in the middle, and we have the dog picture. OK, so I'm sorry, Alice, but I mean, everyone probably has something like this. But the dog's cute, but nobody cares. I'm sorry, the average web visitor that doesn't know who you are just does not possibly care about this stuff. Okay, so there's too much text here, and my eye goes everywhere, okay? So my eye is over here, I see her picture, I see the dog, and then it's a cute dog, and now I'm not thinking real estate anymore. I'm thinking cute dog, okay? So, and now I'm like, okay, well, we're on Twitter. Oh, you know, I don't know necessarily what Twitter is, the average person. What am I doing here? Where am I supposed to go next? Big, giant calls to action, number one. Number two is if you notice, there was not a search form on this site, on this page. So even if you don't have a search form, here's what happened. Do you notice? Where she has these great testimonials, that was where her search was. Every page of your site should have the ability for somebody to say, how can I search for homes? Okay, because remember, we're hitting three things. What homes are for sale? How's the market? What's my house worth? Okay, go ahead and click anything else. That's fine. Got about a minute left here. Can anybody tell I had my Red Bull this morning? Okay, so I mean, I'll just hit some big things while we're waiting for the site to load. Again, make sure you have your contact information in the upper right-hand corner. Make sure you have search on every page of your site, or at least the ability to get to search on every page of your site. Do not force a registration. I'm a big proponent of that. I have data that I can show to every single one of you why forced registrations on the first listing view is a bad idea. I know point two many times that's an option that people turn on because obviously everybody wants to get lots of registrations. What we found is with forced registrations, one of two things happen. You either get Mickey Mouse at mickeymouse.com as a lead, or sometimes way worse text than that, or you get people that bounce off. So your bounce rate on that page is very, very high. What we found is if you can do what I call, and my friend Kelly came up with this, the pester method. What I mean by the pester method is pop up after 3 views. Let them see 3 listings, let them see 3 pieces of information, pop up a form, and ask them to register after that. You've built trust, they know what's going on. That's my time. Thank you, everybody.